Hi, gang. This is our market update for Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button because that'll help the channel grow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Going back to Monday, this was the situation at the trap line. Now, we had the rally late in the day, and that rally late in the day could that have been the end of quarter window dressing where they love to paint the tape? Well, we were looking to see what would happen if there would be real buyers that were going to show up, or would the thing fail? And before we go on, here's our disclaimer. So here we are right now. This is on an intraday basis, and as you can see, the trap line's still holding 2 days later. Now, what does that really mean? That means it's very important resistance. That means above that blue line, there's no buyers right now, at least for the Dow stocks. And I could tell you that the Nasdaq's doing a little worse for wear. And we had a reading at the secondary high of 657. It's 347 points up in 46 hours. So, and that's not the actual secondary high, which was 675, showing you how nonlinear markets can be. Okay, so this is the updated chart, and I believe that tomorrow we are going to continue to retest that line. Now, here's the thing. Why is that line so important? Because if they take out that line and they go higher towards the high, what's going to happen is that trap's going to be ruined, and the trap door just never shuts, so it's not really a great situation for shorting, at least not yet, but we shall see. Over there in the Nasdaq, you've seen this chart. It's still holding at golden spiral 2618.80 up, but just as important is that the actual high is at 110 degrees on the Gann calendar, and from the April low, it's still 100 trading days, so 110 trading days. So this is a match. And now the key thing, now that they fill that gap, is it going to turn around and go higher? Well, that's the $64,000 question, isn't it? So if they break here, that's going to be a really good indication of what's going to happen. But right now it hasn't happened. So if it hasn't happened, you still give the bulls a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, even with the readings. Okay, now this is something that a lot of my posse knows about, but some of you who are new to the channel don't know much about. I did a video earlier this year on the Gann calendar. What is the Gann calendar? It's a wheel that Gann created that's basically 360-degree circle. It's an elliptical orbit. It's how the Earth orbits around the sun, and it starts on March 22nd, and each and every day of the year has a different vibration. And the importance to us is the fact that you can have a considerable edge because the Gann calendar greatly influences the intraday readings, which embed themselves into the pattern. I'll give an example. Now, this is the Dow futures, and this is today's action. And you could see that while today is day 190, and you know that our work is, we have a lot of situations where we have a to margin for error? Okay, so we do. Number one, we have a 92% retracement going back to this low. Then we have a 92% retracement going back to this low. So that's two 92% retracements on day 190. Do you see, if you understand how the Gann calendar works, how it can give you an edge that basically nobody knows about? I mean, you could go across YouTube and you will not find a single video out there, even all the Gann videos, that will show you anything like this. And that's not all. Later in the day, see, here's the first two. Later in the day, another 92% retracement. So we had three 92% retracements that are lining up with the Gann calendar in a single day. Meditate on that for a minute, because that's very important. Now, when we're at 90 or 190 or 290, what the market is going to do is give you the steeper retracements, because a 90% retracement is almost a complete retracement. Now, how would this intimidate you? Because it's a near test of the low. For the Fibonacci people are going to tell you that the 61% is what they're looking for. The 78% is, well, that's almost too steep. And this here is a 92% retracement. And look at that. The price is 291, right? Now, are you going to be intimidated to take a trade because it's a 92% retracement? Hopefully not, if you know where we are on the Gann calendar. So what I wanted to really stress on this video is the oil situation. Because on October 1st, just a couple of days ago, there was a screaming headline that the markets were getting hit, as you saw, based upon fears that oil was going to spike because of, well, you know what, you know about the war. And it's a very real possibility. But for me, I want to know what the charts have to say about it. So let's take a serious look at this. Once again, Gann calendar. Okay, this is the recent action in oil going back to December last year. So we had a high of 82.16 on the 22 DG vibrational day of the year. Next high, 82 degrees. That's not a coincidence, my friends. Okay, so now we find a low at the 168 DG day of the year. The high is at the 104 DG day of the year. 168 minus 104 is 64 degrees. Look at the low price of 64.09. That is not a coincidence. And that will give you a tremendous edge in your trading. Once you understand how this revelation works, I figured this Gann calendar out about 5 years ago, and to be perfectly honest with you, it's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm basically an intraday trader, but I have to tell you that this Gann calendar revelation that was downloaded to me by the Lord, yeah, I said that. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And the more I give him the credit, the more I'm blessed. Okay, so let's take a look at the intraday situation here. This is an hourly chart of where we are right now. We have a low of 66.34. We have a 43% retracement, 2.35, which means the bigger leg is 2.35 times the smaller leg. And I did a new video recently on explaining some of this quantum stuff. And well, actually, I did them. Actually, it's the video on traps and inducements I did the other day. We touch on the quantum dynamic stuff, but the real bottom line is I did a manual on quantum dynamics, and this is what we're referring to. We have 35, 34, but a low at 32 bars. So what a lot of people have to come to terms with is the fact that the 34-hour turn, it's turning as it's squaring out at the same time. It takes a lot of practice to understand that. Scaling down to the 30-minute chart, we have 2.62 points down, and it finds its low in the 60th hour. 30 minutes, excuse me, 60th half-hour bar. Okay, so getting back to our traps, it's not a coincidence that we're sitting at this line with this big green bar here. Now, do I think this has a chance to break through? Yeah, because the volume's lower here. You got a lot of volume here. It looks to me like they're supporting all of this stuff. And once it gets past this green bar, then it's challenging the high. But once it gets past these two red bars, we run the risk of a short squeeze. Okay, so why am I showing you this chart? Basically, because right now it seems like market psychology is taking a serious look at the war. And, you know, it's ignoring the war for the most part. But the bottom line is if the oil market's going to spike, the market has proven earlier this week that it doesn't like it. So we have to watch this particular chart very carefully. And once it starts getting into the encroachment area of this green bar, it's going to ruin this little trap line. And once it ruins the little trap line, with the low that we had, here's the low. Okay, this is lining up beautifully. It really is. 168 degrees, 104 degrees, 64 degrees, 64 price. This is exactly the kind of thing that we're looking for. So now that we put that larger picture together, we take a look at the smaller picture. And we see that the bigger picture has it set up. The smaller picture does it. All it needs is a little nudge, and then it could just start going, and the shorts are going to panic, and that'll create a short squeeze. It could create higher prices for oil. It could send a shock wave into the stock market, and then we have to be concerned about whether this gap's going to hold and whether this trap line's going to hold. So it's all kind of linked together. And what I'm doing in these short little updates is I'm trying to get to the most important parts so I don't have to stay here for an hour and go over everything. My thing has always been if I could find a couple of key readings that could influence the entire market, well, more power to me and more power to you. So our newest teaching is the ultimate guide to bull and bear traps and emotional inducements. $37 through PayPal. Send funds to lucaswaveman@gmail.com or request an invoice. This is good stuff. As you could see, we're nailing the exact most important parts on the chart which are driving the price action. And the teaching goes a lot deeper. The YouTube special that I'm offering is our training program, which includes a mentorship call every other week with me for 12 months, unlimited email support. We have about 2,800 pages of a complete NFL-sized playbook for intraday swing position trading and investing stocks, futures, commodities. And to get this discount, you must mention this video. Finally, since I made mention of the Gann calendar, there's also a discount on the Gann calendar manual. It's called Missing Link Volume 1. This is a discount off the regular price. As I told you, every day of the year has a specific vibration that embeds itself in the pattern as a result of Earth's orbit. Mention this video. Email lucaswaveman@gmail.com. And the bottom line is, if you're a swing trader, if you're a position trader, or if you have anything to do with daily charts, this is an edge that you should have, because if you don't have it, you're missing out. And at the end of the day, what I just showed you is that the Gann calendar is also influencing the intraday action. See, if you didn't know the exact reading on the Gann calendar, you might not take this trade, because this was a little inducement. It broke through this little trend line, turned around. Somebody who went short got stopped out, but the longs got rewarded. Your edge in this particular case is the Gann calendar. Okay, gang, until we meet again on the next video, have a very nice day. See ya.